Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 fun farmhouse Easter DIYs to share with you, so let's get started. So for this DIY, I'm going to start out with these treat bags that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using some stuffing that I had on hand, and I'm going to stuff all the bags and then tie them off with the string that came with the bag. Next, I'm getting my beads ready. I have these beads in my stash. They came from Amazon, and I'm just going to paint each stick with a different color. I will list down in my description box all the supplies I use for all the DIYs today. So once I have those all painted and drying, I take some burlap from the Dollar Tree and I just cut these into strips. And so then I have everything ready to assemble my garland. So I'm going to start with this piece of twine that came from the Dollar Tree, and all I did was measure out my fireplace mantle and just where I was going to hang it there so that it would fit, and then I'm ready to assemble. So I'm going to take a bead and then a piece of ribbon and another bead and another ribbon until I have 4 beads and 4 pieces of ribbon, and then I'm going to take a piece of the burlap and tie it at the end of the group of 4 beads. After I have the beads and the burlap assembled, then I'm going to take one of the bunny bags that I stuffed with the stuffing, and then I'm going to glue that next to the burlap. Once I have that completed, I'm just going to continue those steps until I get to either the end of the garland or I've run out of supplies like the bunny bags. Once I have the garland assembled, then this project is complete. Today's video is part of the Fab 5 Friend Collab put on by Crafting Cousins. Each of us challenged each other to use a certain item in our DIYs today. I was challenged by the Farmer and the Southern Belle to use twine in my DIYs, and I challenged the Mug Life DIY to use a thrifted item. So don't forget to go down in my description box and to click on each of their videos and see what they created. In order to be eligible to win the Amazon $50 gift card, you must comment on all 5 of the videos. For this DIY, I took a vase that I got at the Dollar Tree and some of the jute rope from the Dollar Tree. It took me about 3 packs, and I went around the entire vase with the jute rope. Next, I took one of those bunny garlands from the Dollar Tree and an old book that I had that actually came from the Dollar Tree as well, and I just tore out some pages and I'm tracing around this bunny garland around the book pages. Now the bunny's ears are slightly bigger than the page, so I just kind of tweaked it as I was tracing around the ears at the top. I cut out 6 of the book pages, and then I'm going to glue 2 of them each together because I'm going to stick a skewer in between the book pages to give it a pick for the flower arrangement that we're making. Once I get the skewer in there, I'm real careful as I poke it through there because I don't want it to poke any of the book pages. So once I get it into the desired length I want, I do go ahead and take some of my hot glue and glue around the wood pick part to the paper to give it a more permanent hold rather than the glue stick. Next, I'm going to create the bunny's tails using this twine that I got at the Dollar Tree, and they now have colored twine, and it's really neat. Like, they have all kinds of different colors, purple, yellow, they have solid colors too, like just solid purple, gray, so there's a lot of different choices that you can get in this twine variety. So I just used the purple and white patterned one to make some tails on each one of my bunny cutouts. To make the tail, I just go ahead and put a dab of the hot glue on my paper, and then I start twirling it around the hot glue. I add a little bit of glue here and there, not a whole bunch because I don't want it to come through in the tail until I get the desired size of the circle I want, and then I go ahead and trim it and glue it down to the rest of the twine. Next, I decide to go around the edges of my bunny cutouts, so I go ahead and get some yellow, pink, and blue chalk paint, and I just lightly go around the edges of the entire cutout in each color. Off camera, I did go ahead and put some floral foam into my vase, and I went ahead and stuck the bunnies into the floral foam, and now I'm ready to just put my florals in and do some arranging. These florals came from the Dollar Tree. They were last year's florals from a different project, but I'm using some greenery and some lavender and lilacs that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And so I just, randomly go around and put my picks in till I get the desired look, and then this project is complete. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Catherine from A Perfect Place to Start. I love to do seasonal decor, Dollar Tree DIYs, and thrift to treasure. So if that is something that you're into, I would love it if you went down, hit the subscribe button, and became a part of my YouTube family. For this project, I took one of the mason jar signs from last year's 4th of July decor, and I just painted the top of it with my elephant chalk paint and then my steel chalk paint to give it kind of a metal look. Then I used some Mod Podge and took one of the calendar pages from the Dollar Tree calendar and applied it to the front of the jar. Once I have the calendar page dry, I took some more of that jute rope and I glued it around the sides of the project. Then I took some more of that patterned twine from the Dollar Tree. This time I'm using the yellow and white one, and I'm just going to wrap it around the top of the mason jar to give it some texture. Now you can do as little or as much of the twine at the top as you want. I kind of feel like I went a little heavy-handed with the twine after I was all finished and looked at it, but like I said, it's up to you, your preference, how much twine you want to wrap around the top. Next, I'm going to add some embellishments to my calendar page. So the bunny has a ribbon around his neck that looks like the Farmhouse ribbon from Dollar Tree. So I just go ahead and tie a shoelace bow and attach that to the front of the bunny. Next, I took some yellow flowers from the Dollar Tree, and again, these were left over from last year, but they have all kinds of florals out now for spring and summer. I did go ahead and take out the middle part of this flower, and then I went ahead and added a green button to the middle. If you've watched me for a while, you know how much I love buttons. This particular button container came from the Dollar Tree. They have some neutral colors and then they have some colored buttons. I use the colored button container a lot. So next I'm going to take some more of my lavender from the Dollar Tree, and I just kind of cut it off and stick the twigs down in by the yellow flower to give it some texture around the wreath part. I did finish this project off in the back by cutting out some of the brown paper, wrapping paper that they have at the Dollar Tree, and adhering that to the back to give it a more finished look. Once I have all my florals glued on, then this project is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know which one was your favorite project. I think that I liked the vase with the bunnies in it the best, and my family had mixed reviews. So you guys let me know what you think. Don't forget to go down in my description box and click on the next person's video, and make sure you comment on all 5 videos so you can be entered into the $50 giveaway for Amazon. As always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you guys in the next video.